Well. Now we're going to see where selectively aggressiveness gets us as it applies to signing our own. It looks like we've hit somewhat of a snag with Oso Odighizuwa, and I'm not surprised because I believe this is more about Oso Odighizuwa wanting to get maximum dollar from the Dallas Cowboys or else test free agency. And now we see a report about DeMarcus Lawrence saying that the ball is in the Dallas Cowboys court. And we don't even know yet about Jordan Lewis and Rico Dowdle. But the Dallas Cowboys, to me, are engaging in a game of Russian roulette as it applies to one Kavontae Turpin. Let's talk, Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget at the end to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post a live or another video, you can continue to help us grow this channel and push us out into the YouTube algorithm. And if you have not become a member yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming in the near future. Now let's talk facts. This was one of the things that I was afraid of. I'm gonna post a video that I talked about this earlier in the season as it applies to Kavontae Turpin. I said the Cowboys have a Kavontae Turpin problem. I also said that the Cowboys should have signed Kavontae Turpin earlier. But here we are. And now the Cowboys, with their selectively aggressive strategy, even though this article says that they're trying to hold on to Kavontae Turpin, I take this in another way. Yeah, they may be trying to hold on to Kavontae Turpin, but they're also risking that someone else could come get Kavontae Turpin, who could be arguably said to be the third best performer on the team last year? Let's look at this article over on NBC Sports. It is being reported by Josh Alper, and you see the headline. It says, report, Cowboys to tender Kavontae Turpin at second round level. This is crazy to me. I don't understand why. I understand, and I'll talk about how I understand it. It don't make sense to me, but that's just me. It says here the Cowboys plan to be selectively aggressive in free agency this offseason, and it appears one of their selections will be a move to hold on to wide receiver kick returner Kavontae Turpin. Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News reports that the Cowboys will tender Turpin as a restricted free agent. They are expected to use a second-round tender in their move to hold on to him. Now, let's look for a moment of what it means to be a restricted free agent. So let's go to Wikipedia, and I'm going to show you what a restricted free agent is, but not only that, the possible outcomes. And this is why I say that the Cowboys may be playing Russian roulette with one Kavontae Turpin. Let's read. It says in the National Football League, a restricted free agent is one with 3 or fewer accrued seasons of service who has received a salary level predetermined by the NFL collective bargaining agreement between the league and its players, known as a tender, from his current club. He can negotiate with any club through a certain date. If the restricted free agent accepts an offer sheet from a new club, his club has right of first refusal, a 5-day period in which it may match the offer and retain him, or choose not to match the offer, in which case it may receive 1 or more draft picks for the upcoming draft from the player's new club. If an offer sheet is not executed, the player's rights revert to his old club the day after negotiations must end. Now, they give some examples here. And basically what has happened, the Cowboys have put a second round tender at $5.34 million for one season. So that's where it's going to begin, pretty much. It says each player that signs a tender receives a non-guaranteed 1-year salary that corresponds to the tender level. Teams which choose not to match an offer on a player with a low tender receive a draft pick corresponding to the round in which that player was originally drafted, except that the highest pick that can be surrendered for such a tender is a second-round pick. For example, a player who was originally drafted in the 6th round of the NFL draft would force the team signing him to give his former team a 6th-round pick in the upcoming draft as compensation for his service. No compensation is required for an undrafted player on the lowest tender amount. So teams with valued undrafted restricted free agents are taking a risk by offering such tenders. And so, again, the Cowboys will put a second-round tender on one Kavontae Turpin. So Kavontae Turpin is now going to have an opportunity to negotiate with other teams. And I'm telling you, if I'm Kavontae Turpin, he must do this. He must do this because the Cowboys are basically forcing his hand. Because if I'm Kavontae Turpin, I want a guaranteed salary. I want a guaranteed salary. I want more than 1 year. And if I'm Kavontae Turpin, I don't really know what the market is for the top kick returner in the league. But Kavontae Turpin, man, somewhere around what? 3 years, 10 million, 11 million guaranteed. But let's look at some examples of possible outcomes, and then I'll get to that part. So it says, in addition to the following outcomes, if a player does not receive an offer sheet from his original team, he becomes an unrestricted free agent. We don't have to worry about that. It says if the player signs the offer sheet from his original team, he remains with that team. So it says, team declining to match offer sheet. It says Carolina Panthers cornerback Ricky Manning was a restricted free agent in the 2006 offseason. Based on the tender placed on Manning by the Panthers, the team would receive a 3rd-round pick in the NFL draft if Manning signed with another team. On April 21st, the Chicago Bears signed Manning to an offer sheet, a 5-year contract worth up to $23 million. Although the Panthers had a full week to decide if they wanted to match the offer sheet, they announced on April 24th they would not match. At this time, Manning became a member of the Bears, and the Panthers received a 3rd-round draft choice in the 2006 draft from Chicago, which they used to select linebacker James Anderson. Team matching the offer sheet. Says Arizona Cardinals offensive guard Reggie Wells was a restricted free agent in the 2006 offseason. On March the 17th, the Buffalo Bills signed him to an offer sheet, a 5-year deal worth approximately $18 million. 4 days later, on March the 21st, the Cardinals matched the Bills' offer sheet for Wells, and he reverted to the Cardinals. Next one, team consummating a trade. The Miami Dolphins offered wide receiver Wes Welker a 2nd-round tender in 2007, although it was widely rumored that the New England Patriots would offer Welker a 7-year, $35 million deal. The Patriots ultimately traded their 2nd and 7th round draft picks to the Dolphins for Welker, signing Welker to a 5-year, $18 million contract. And so the reason why, to me, this is Russian roulette for the Cowboys. If I'm a team out there that wants to improve my team, I'm signing Kavontae Turpin. I'm signing Kavontae Turpin. If I'm the Eagles, we keep thinking like, where can the Eagles get better? We don't think Kavontae Turpin would improve the Eagles even more, giving them a better kickoff game, kick returner game, better punt returner game. We don't think that Dan Quinn, Washington Commanders, could use a Kavontae Turpin. I mean, you can look all around this league on some of these really good teams, but I'm just looking in our division. When you think about teams who would love to have someone like Kavontae Turpin, why wouldn't they sign Kavontae Turpin? $5.34 million. I'm sorry. I would literally go in. Hey, man, they're giving you $5.34 million for 1 season. We'll give you 3 years, $10 million guaranteed. 3 years, $11 million guaranteed. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to probably be about the contract length for one Kavontae Turpin, because I think Kavontae Turpin is either 28, 29 years old. So someone's probably going to offer him a 3-year deal. And so if you're the Cowboys, selectively aggressive. If you're the Cowboys, what if someone comes in and says, Kavontae Turpin, we're going to pay you 3 years, $12 million guaranteed. Do the Cowboys match? This move to me with Kavontae Turpin. Kavontae Turpin has been one of the bright spots on this team the last few seasons. I understand it because the Cowboys are saying, well, if someone comes in too high, well, while we may lose Kavontae Turpin, we get us an extra second-round draft pick. And so if the Cowboys were to get an extra second-round draft pick, it opens up a lot of possibilities as far as wide receiver, running back, maybe you get a defensive tackle in the second round. I mean, I guess when you look at getting the second round pick, especially in this draft with what we saw on Saturday from the wide receivers and the running backs, you know, the speed that is available out there and some of the defensive tackles that are available in this draft, maybe the Cowboys are saying, we're willing to risk it. We're willing to risk it. Maybe they're saying if we draft a wide receiver, or maybe we draft one of these speedy running backs, because I think the Cowboys are, I hope they get two. I hope they get one in either the first or the second, and then they get one on the back end, maybe in the fifth. So maybe they think, hey, maybe if we get one of these speedy running backs that we saw on Saturday, or one of these speedy wide receivers we saw on Saturday, maybe we get them in the back end of the draft somewhere around the fifth round, and maybe we let them be the kickoff returner, the punt returner, and let them be maybe the fourth wide receiver. Or we have enough wide receivers. We're going to get one in the draft. Again, we're going to get one in the draft. We got Ryan Flanoy. We got Jonathan Mingo. We got Jalen Tolbert. So maybe the Cowboys say, maybe they're saying Kavontae Turpin is replaceable to them. I mean, they say this is a move to hold on to Kavontae Turpin. I think this is a chance also to lose Kavontae Turpin. I do. I actually wouldn't be doing this. I would go ahead and sign Kavontae Turpin, but I also see this from the Cowboys' perspective. They want to see maybe if someone does offer Kavontae Turpin a contract, because what if they don't? So if no one doesn't, maybe they can say, hey, Kavontae, rather than $5.35 million, maybe we bring you back and say we'll give you a 3-year deal, and now we'll give you $8 million guaranteed. Maybe we give you $7 million guaranteed with incentives. So again, a lot of ifs here. But again, the Cowboys are taking a chance, and you tell me what you think. Is this a good chance they're taking, or a bad chance they're taking as it applies to Kavontae Turpin? Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm just telling you, if it was me, I'm the Cowboys, I would have already signed Kavontae Turpin. But again, I see what they may be trying to pull off, that if he doesn't get an offer, then they can come in and make an offer even cheaper and lock him down for an additional 3 years. Or they're saying, on the other hand, if he gets picked up by somebody, we get a second-round draft pick, and we'll still be good even if we don't have Kavontae Turpin. Again, y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.